Hello guys, hope you are enjoying good health. We are here with the brief explanation of Dawn editorials, meaning of difficult words, indication of punctuation, idioms, and many more. Let's start with the first editorial, that is vote of confidence. Prime Minister Imran Khan's decision to take a vote of confidence from Parliament today is a bizarre move. With fairly obvious outcome, it will mark the first time a Prime Minister has undertaken such an exercise after the passage of 18th Amendment. Bizarre means very strange or unusual. Prior to this, the law required every Prime Minister to take a vote of confidence from the Assembly within 30 days of being elected, a vote that Benazir Bhutto, Nawaz Sharif and other Prime Ministers of the past had to seek after the election. Since 2010, however, the law does not require such a practice. You can see, however, is a discourse marker in between the double commas, that is the punctuation mark. In fact, is again a discourse marker. According to Clause 7 of Article 91 of the Constitution, the President shall not exercise his power under his clause unless he is satisfied that the Prime Minister does not command the confidence of majority in the Assembly. This is the fact that you can narrate in your essay. Does the President feel this in the case? There appears to be confusion about whether the government even followed the correct procedure to call such a session. The entire effort appears to be a remedial attempt by Mr. Khan to put salve on the wounds inflicted on his party morale by the stunning upset at the Islamabad Summit. Remedial means cure and put salve means put a soothing effect on the wounds. The Senate shock jolted him and the party to such an extent that the latter feels compelled to publicly affirm its faith in the Prime Minister. Jolted means shake someone abruptly and roughly. Publicly, you can see the spelling. Many people write wrong spelling of publicly. The confidence vote too, again in between the double commas, is an indication of this mistrust. Unfortunately for Mr. Khan, despite taking such a measure, the reality that there are people in his party who defected and voted for his rivals will not change. It would have been better if the Prime Minister left the subject of no confidence motion to the opposition and then consolidated his positions. Consolidated means to bring together into a single or unified whole. Now these are some suggestions. Instead of focusing his energy on show of bravado, Mr. Khan ought to reflect on the future of legislative business. The way to prove his strength in Parliament is getting by bill passed, something that has proved to be challenged time and again. This is single dash that breaks the flow of sentence. Neither the government nor the opposition have shown signs that they are ready to de-escalate tension. The opposition has made the impulsive decision to boycott assembly proceedings, apparently due to reservations that the correct process was not followed. It would have been better if the opposition had attended the session and recorded its protest, as Parliament is the right forum for this discussion. The days ahead will be challenging and fraught with high political drama. The government must adopt a mature approach and develop a pragmatic strategy for way forward. Fraught means causing or affected by anxiety or stress, while pragmatic means practical or realistic. Next editorial is India ranking. While India has often touted its horn as the world's largest democracy, being supported in this endeavor by its allies and commercial partners across the globe despite evidence to contrary. Now you can see this sentence is in between the double dashes, so it will break the flow of sentence. Here the tooted means sound a horn similar with a sharp or sound. Endeavor means try something, attempt something, and aspire something. Voices are finally being raised about its descent into communalism. Communalism means is a term that is used in the world to denote attempts to construct religious and ethnic identity, incite strife between people identified as different communities, and to stimulate communal violence between those groups. As per US-based Watchdog Freedom House, now this is quoting something. This is the method of quoting something. When you are giving some facts, you are denoting some organization. India under Narendra Modi watch has dropped from free to partly free status. The Hindutva-infused dispensation in New Delhi is driving India itself toward authoritarianism, says the White Dog report, while adding that the ruling Hindu nationalist movement also encouraged the scapegoating of Muslims with reference to spread of COVID-19 in the country last year, which was blamed on the Muslims. To observers of India, none of this is new, as under BJP rule, the country has begun the dangerous transformation into Hindu Rashtra, where other religious cultures are to be pushed to the margins or excluded from the national life in order to create a pure polity. Dispensation means exclusion, scapegoating means blaming, and polity means a polity is a identifiable political entity, any group of people who have a collective identity, who are organized by some form of institutionalization, social relations, and have a capacity to mobilize resources. Indeed, the BJP has transformed its ideological cabal into state policy by introducing discriminatory citizenship laws designated to disenfranchise India's Muslims, along with letting murderous bands of cow vigilantes go unpunished. Moreover, New Delhi's brutal campaign in India-held Kashmir has seriously tarnished its claims of being democracy. Shiv laws means a custom, principle, or belief distinguishing a particular class or group of people, especially a long-standing one, regarded as outmoded or no longer important. Tarnish means to destroy. This transformation from a secular republic into an exclusivist Rashtra began in earnest in 1992 when the Babri Masjid was torn down by a mob of Hindu zealots to make a way for Ram Mandir. Ironically, yesterday extremists are India's principal policy makers today, hence the recognition by right-thinking people and organizations worldwide that India has become a difficult place to live for its minorities. While the shock troops of the Hindutva will renounce the reports as intervention in India's internal affairs and try to justify the hate-filled campaign undertaken by BJP, the fact is that New Delhi can no longer hide the grotesque wrongs that are being committed against India's Muslims and other minority communities, and as the BJP RSS combine, more international actors should have the courage to call a spade a spade. Grotesque means malformed, deformed, or mishapen wrongs, and to call a spade a spade, this is the idiom that means speak plainly without avoiding unpleasant or embarrassing issues. Finally, the last editorial is about PSL disaster. Rapid escalation in the number of coronavirus cases has led the postponement of Pakistan Super League 6th edition. Remember that it was 6th edition, sparking anger and disappointment among millions of fans besides causing heavy monetary losses. The league's first leg, which was being played in the Karachi, came to an abrupt halt. Halt means to stop amid in between reports of at least 9 players and officials falling victim to the virus over the past 3 days. The biosecure bubble was not foolproof to begin with, and SOPs were abundant as players mixed freely with guests at team hotels, while cricket officials and the family members of franchise owners frequented at dugouts, exacerbating the situation. Dugouts is a term which was used as a protection from shelling during World War. Such scenes were enough to set alarm bells ringing, but it was a while before the Pakistan Cricket Board was rudely jolted out of its slumber, deep sleep. By that time, it was too late. The catastrophic end to the PSL 6 was yet again due to gross mismanagement of PCB. As the governing body of Pakistan Cricket, it is expected to have the required skills to prevent such crises, at least limit its fallout. It was only last December that the PCB oversaw similar chaos during the team's New Zealand tour. It should have ensured that no stone was left unturned. Again, an idiom in the implementation of strict COVID-19 protocols for its flagship event, whose standing and popularity have been severely hit by the abrupt postponement. No stone was left unturned mean every sources should be utilized. Unfortunately, it has not learned from its mistakes. The PCB was also found wanting when it came to setting terms for the franchise that were leniently dealt with mercifully. Even though their players and staff flouted SOPs, it means that they violated ridiculously Short 3 days quarantine periods were mandated for international players, which is laughable in the midst of pandemic. Nevertheless, some quarters have questioned the postponement of entire event, pointing out that the curtailed version of the PSL would have been preferable, and the extended breaks between matches and observance of strict measures and far fewer members of fans in the stadium would still have provided some enjoyment to the cricket-hungry public. Another window of opportunity for the PSL's 6th edition to complete its remaining matches this year seems unlikely, mainly due to the packed schedule of the players in 2021. However, if prospects improve in the coming months, the PCB would be well advised to make the event as a worthwhile spectacle by putting in its best effort to keep its appeal intact. This was all about today's Dawn editorial, that was PSL disaster, India ranking and vote of confidence. You can find the meaning of difficult words. I have also tagged the PDF version of file in the link given below. Thank you so much.